So today I'm going to be doing something similar to this one YouTuber. I'll link their channel in the description, whatever. But anyway, so it's basically all the characters from this Venture Camp and Total Drama, and it's randomized cast. And this is the cast it picked for the first season. So this is the Killer Bass, and then this is the Screaming Gophers. Okay, so the first episode is like when they like introduce everyone or whatever, and then so I think that so Caleb and Raj and Damien and Z would all be like a pair or whatever, a group, and then and then I think that Beth and Millie would get along, so would Courtney, and then she wouldn't get along with anyone, neither would she. And she would get along with like everyone or whatever. And then Yule would just like make some racist comments and stuff. And I think that these three would all like pair up, and then Yule and Stephanie would also pair up, and then Aiden would just kind of be there, and so would like everyone here besides Kitty, which she would be nice to everyone besides Noah because he's a cunt. But anyway, and then second episode, I think that it would be a tie between who jumps and who doesn't. So then I think that this team would look better, and then this team would get and would lose. And I think that you would convince Aiden, Noah, Spud, Spud, and Rick to vote on we, and he would convince Stephanie to convince the girls, so he'd be the first one eliminated. And then for this challenge, I think that they would all lose, and and I think that the girls, Jasmine would help Sammy and with their problems, and then Kitty would just be like nice to everyone, and then you and Stephanie would like plot together, and then Aiden would get along with Rick, and then on the other team that loses, I think that they would all vote off Miriam because she's not nice or whatever. Then the dodgeball episode, I think that this team is more stacked than the other team, so then this team would lose, and they would obviously vote off Taylor because she doesn't really do anything in the challenges. So she would like search around everyone's cabin, and she would find Millie's diary, and she's been writing everything about everyone, but then she wouldn't get the chance to reveal it, so she throws it at the other cabin right before she gets eliminated. And in the next episode, Yule finds it and gives it to Stephanie, and so I think that so that these four, Caleb would show how hot he is in the talent show or whatever. Damien would show how smart he is. Then Raj would do some hockey stuff, and then Z would show how long he could chug a soda fast or whatever, and then Courtney would play the violin. And I think that Yule would do some dancing thing, would show how fast she could read a book. Jasmine would show off her athleticism, and Brick would do some ballet or something, and then Kitty would do something cool. And I think that this team would lose again, and then Yule has his alliance of the people that suck on his team, besides Brick. And then I think that he convinces Stephanie, and then so Stephanie and Yule would want to break up this trio, and then 4 people or whatever. So then they vote off Sammy since not really as athletic as the others. And then in the camping challenge, Yule would suck because he sucks at camping and stuff. And yeah, and I think that this team just works better than this team. So then this team would lose again, and Yule has his Lions, and then Stephanie, and so yeah, and then the girls like kind of pick up on that. So then they convince Aiden to vote with them. They also convince Brick, and they all vote Noah, because he's not really good at challenges. And then fear factor. So I think that so everyone's fear Yule would be to camp or something like that. He would fail. Stephanie would be like to fight a bear. She would succeed. Spuds could be anything, but he would still succeed. Brooke would be convinced to I don't know, but he would still fail. And then Jasmine would be spiders or kangaroos, since she's Australia. She would pass. Kitty would be I don't know, but she would still pass anything. Lake would be to stand up to her parents. She would fail. Aiden would be to jump really high because he's afraid of heights. He would also fail. So then these 4 fail, these 4 pass. Then on this team, Caleb, his fear was snakes and clowns, and he did not succeed that. And Damien's would be anything. He would not succeed. Raj would be admitting he's gay or whatever. He would not succeed. Well, actually, he would succeed. And Z, I don't know what it would be, but he would still succeed. And then Courtney would be the green jelly. She would fail. Devin would be I don't know what it would be, but he would still fail. Millie would be revealing her diary. She would fail. And hers would be eating meat, and she would fail. So then this team loses, and so Yule and Stephanie think it's a good time to reveal Millie's book, but they give it to Z, and Z doesn't do anything with it. So then the team votes off Miles for not doing her fear or whatever. Wait, no, they vote off Damien because he's a pussycat. And then, yeah, on Boney Island, I think that this team would all work together good, and then this team would fail. And then Lake would be more confident now, and so yeah, and Yule sneaks on a phone to call Lake's parents to come get her, and then they come get her, and she's voted out. And then on the deer hunt, I think that this team would lose, and then yeah, and then I think that Jasmine, these 4 all vote together, and they vote Yule. And yeah. And on the cook-off, I think that this team will make something better, and then Z would have the notebook, and I think that he would think it's a cookbook, so then he would take it to the challenge and give it to Courtney, and then she finds out that it's Millie's diary, and then they all vote Millie. And then the next challenge, I think that this team would win, and then this team would lose again. I think that they would vote off Devin because he's not really doing anything. And then next challenge, I think that this team would lose, and I think that Stephanie would rig the votes and get Jasmine out just because she thinks that it's going to be merged soon, which it is. And then this challenge, this team loses, and then they vote out Z because he's not really participating or whatever. So then the boys versus girls. Okay, and I think that doesn't really matter. And yeah, so then it's merge, and the people coming back would be Damien and Devin. And yeah, in the first challenge, no pain, no game, I think that Spud would win because he doesn't have a whatever more high pain tolerance, whatever. And then I think that they would all vote Caleb because he's the most athletic. And then merge, and I think that Stephanie would make an alliance with Courtney, Miles, and Kitty, and Beth. She would make the girl alliance against the boys because there's more boys than girls. And Aiden and Raj and Damien would all work together. And then Spud, Brick, and Devin. And the pirate hunt doesn't really matter who gets it. I guess I'll just do a number generator. And that would be Aiden would win immunity. And then I think that all the girls will all vote Spud because he won immunity last time. And then hide and seek, I think that who would win would be Beth because she's pretty good at hiding because she's small. And then Stephanie and the girls, they would all vote Aiden. Wait, no, not Aiden. Raj. Then the bike challenge, Aiden would be sad that Raj is gone. And yeah. And then the 4 people competing in the elimination one would be Stephanie, Miles, Damien, and Brooke. And I think that out of all of them, Miles would probably be the one to fail. In the scary challenge, Damien would obviously get out because he's scared of everything. Then in the animal hunt, I think Stephanie would get it. And I think that they would all vote out Brick because he's strong. And then the challenge, I think that would be Stephanie and Beth, Courtney and Kitty, and then Devin and Aiden. And just like Jeff in the original, it would be Devin because he's popular or whatever. And then the Loser Island one wouldn't be important this season. And then Castaways, I think that no one wins immunity because originally this wasn't an elimination, but this time it is. And so I think that Aiden would team up with Stephanie, and then they would both vote Courtney, and they would convince Kitty to also vote Courtney, and then and then these three would go against her. So it would be Stephanie and Aiden and Kitty and Beth. I think that Aiden and Stephanie would get it back first, and they would, and then and then Beth would be the one to get out, and this one, Stephanie would lose all of her hair, just like Heather, and then in the finale, I think it would obviously be Kitty. And then I'm gonna do it for All Stars. All Stars, but Action 2.